am the oracle Apollo. Come share your light with me. These messages I follow, restoring balance unto thee. Do not be afraid, you're part of saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters are alive. Divine encounters, our lives designed. I am the oracle Apollo.
Thank you for joining me, the Oracle of Apollo, your Aquarius water-bearing hostess, Dominique Rivera, and you are watching Divine Encounters. Tonight's installment is all about the supernatural. It's meant to be thought-provoking and give you new perception on life and tap into other people's experiences to see how the divine is working with us and through us on our day-to-day lives. But remember, this episode or this series is not about a passive viewing experience, but one where your energy will be shifting. Ensure that you bring high quality H2O with you for this feed so you can additionally assist the energy as we go through. But first to your health, wealth, and prosperity. Fantastic. So happy to be here, everybody. Thank you for being here. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to this channel or to this page, depending on where you're watching this. Make sure you turn that notification bell on. These things, man. You turn that notification bell on and you will get a notice when I'm live streaming on Sundays and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And if you want to continue the fun, please join my free meetup group, meetup.com/Awakened Philadelphia. I host a monthly healing and a monthly meditation on here for free. And don't forget, sharing this message with a friend automatically enters you to win a personal angelic message reading from moi. Yes. Okay. Hello, Lori Gianetta. You are feeling the energy. I just opened the angel portal, so it's nice and fresh, freshly baked portal right here on Divine Encounters today. So let's go ahead now and bring on my guest for this week. We have Miss Lisa. She's going to be telling us all about her supernatural story time. So let's get on with the get on. Lisa, you made it.
I'm here.
Did you like the complimentary foot rub that was back there in the green room?
Oh my God. Tell you what, you owe me one for afterward, don't forget.
Okay. We'll have to do it while we're doing the midweek collective energy check-in later. It's an honor to bring you on here. Oh, I believe it. And you know, that lady, she also brings that cucumber water. It is like divine all on its own.
I love that stuff.
So how are you doing, my dear?
I am hanging in there. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really happy to have you on here. We've been friends on Facebook a really long time.
Forever.
It's been literally years.
The first time we're meeting.
Yeah.
Face to face.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
But we've had so many heartfelt conversations over the years. Yeah. And I'm not sure if you remember why or how we met digitally.
My memory lacks it a lot, so fill me in.
So I remember I was probably in my peak state of my chronic condition. And I just needed a friend, and you became that for me in like my worst time. Someone who understood the symptoms and the waxing and waning of symptoms, and you were always there for me, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, like truly I do, because
I appreciate that, and thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
I remember we have been over a decade, and I guess age gets you. And how did we technically meet? It just seemed like it happened one day.
It did.
We were friends.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's kind of like bringing you on here, it makes me feel like my heart is elated because when we met, I'm not that person anymore. I was really struggling to brush my teeth
I
and my
remember.
hair, and I
I
needed help with
remember.
baths. And I
I
feel like
remember.
all these years
And
pass and
even
here I am.
emotionally, you have grown so much. You seem to want to try a little this and a little that, see who you were, and finally, you found yourself. And that's fantastic, having watched you over the years mature and
Oh,
grow and blossom. It's been great sitting by the sidelines, kid.
oh, thank you, my heart. So let's talk about you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about who you are and why do you feel like you wanted to come on the show today?
Oh, who am I? Who am I is a long story. But basically, what I'm trying to be is a relatively balanced person so I can be an okay mom to my two daughters. One I was granted by birth and the other by adoption. And it gives a different perspective now on, I guess, my own raising. Things that didn't make sense then, maybe not make sense so much now, but are beginning to become understood as I'm growing older. And that's part of what actually led me into this, talk with you about it. Sometimes very strange things happen, and I don't quite believe in just like circumstance, more like a synchronicity. And oddly, that was my Facebook memory today, was a post about how synchronicity just kind of sort of isn't just a happenstance. And I'm like, oh, isn't that weird? It shows up today. Anyway,
The
yeah, we
most
took,
synchronized of unions for being friends for
there's
so long.
the
And here
thread.
we
There's
are,
a
not
thread.
never even seeing each other or meeting each other.
That red thread. And it got me thinking a lot lately. There's been some Ancestry.com stuff that kind of bit me in my butt. And it got me thinking about something else, about how sometimes when you're stuck in a situation, you're not really sure what to do. Where I've kind of been lately, truth be told, health issues, as you can understand, taking a toll, and just have to go outside the standard medical profession that you're used to try to find help. So I just got thinking about how that road just seems so endless. And I'm not even doing it really for me, but more so for the fact that I have a birth child out there. And I also have another child now who's younger who needs me to be around. So I've really gone big on the DNA thing. Big. It's like magic in a way.
It
We're our
is.
own universe. We are our own universe. We own it. And they found something in it, and it was interesting. I'll get to that. But the supernatural thing is, I don't know if it's so much supernatural, and I don't think I'm a blessed individual. However, I think there are signs that you're sent every so often.
Hold on. Before we
And
continue, I have to pause that statement because there's already 3 mistruths that you said to me within like
tell
these
me,
2 minutes of introducing yourself. That you're not
okay,
getting well better for you. Okay,
okay,
I heard who you were getting well for,
water.
but you're telling the universe, I'm not getting well for me. I'm getting well for someone else. This is your life. You have to get well
I
for
get
you.
that.
It overflows by blessing you into their lives.
I
And
think
you
it's the
said you're not a blessed
frustration
woman.
factor.
You're
Yeah,
you're here. You're alive. You are in a house. You have a roof over your head,
true.
food in your stomach. You have love. That is so many blessings right there. I just had to
Compared
say
to
that.
many I am, yeah, definitely. You are right. I grant you that. You are right there. I think what it is just the endless roll of the doctors and the blah, blah, blah,
It
blah.
is. It could wear anybody
I got
down.
to start thinking it's not so much for me now, because I would be like, no, I'm done. It's for them. That's why I keep doing it. I keep making them appointments. It's very easy to just say, I'm going to get brushed aside again. But now with that DNA, there's something I can give that can go on. So we were going to Philly one time, and it was about this time 2 years back, according to my hotel reservation thing. And we were driving up from North Carolina all the way up there, drafting behind a truck. Big 18 wheeler.
Don't get
Yep.
into your story. If we're going into your story, don't. Is this
Right.
where this is leading to?
Maybe.
Yes, it is. Okay,
Oh,
don't. No, nope, not yet. It's not time for that yet, girl. Don't get ahead of me.
I, but
We
yeah,
want
I have one
everybody, you
question.
guys know we got a few things to do first before we get into that
Ah,
story. Gonna leave you salivating with it. So we're gonna
true,
jump
true,
into
true.
the good news. And to that I say, what's good? Okay, jumping into the good news right here. This is the awareness message for the collective for the day. The card that we have in front of us is the weight of the world. You don't need to carry it all, is the beginning statement here. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty and bogged down by the weight of the world or your chronic conditions. This card is a reminder to look after your own well being and to allow yourself. Okay, I'm sorry. This card is a reminder to look after your own well being before anyone else's, to stop carrying the world's problems on your shoulders, to put on your own oxygen mask first. In these changing times, it's hard to not feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take this problem on for yourself from a place of energetic depletion. This card is thanking you for caring so much. You want to build a better world, maybe for yourself, maybe for your children, and ease the road for others. And that's incredible. But the way you've been doing it to now has probably been unsustainable. This isn't to say you should switch off to the world's problems and become unconscious. But the Wait, I lost my spot. Here you go. But rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taken out energetically. The planet needs you to be healthy both physically and emotionally. So instead of digesting the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, show up first to a nourishing practice such as meditation, soul inquiry, deep breathing, or exercising in nature. Once you're in a state of grace and your inner will is full, you can face the day, the state of the world, and care for others. And at the day's end, take an energetic shower by emptying out anything that isn't yours to carry. You can pick it up again the next morning if you so choose, but give yourself time and space to rejuvenate and rest. Okay, so I didn't yell at you this time. The card of the day just yelled at you this time, is all I gotta say
I was
about
sitting
that
there
one.
thinking, man, get out of my head.
Hey, Carrie, I'm in tears, Dominique. I'm claiming it. Let's go ahead, claim that for you. Oh, and just get a real quick wide shot, you guys. Check this out for the blessings for today. Opportunity and success. So make sure you're claiming those blessings. I'm claiming this for Lori Gianetta right there. Awesome sauce. And please let me know what you guys are thinking about this message. I know the feeling, but we will overcome. Absolutely. Okay, Miss Lisa, what are your thoughts on this card before we get into the question for the day?
I don't think I could really put it out there in public. It's a bunch of half words that basically said, like I said, get out of my head. Dead on. Absolutely. I mean, this is stuff I would advise other people about, but turning the mirror on myself and actually putting it into play, that's the mystery I've yet to figure out, the boundaries. And I will admit that. I do admit that. So
Hmm.
yeah, I got a little slap by the universe here.
Sometimes they have friendly and loving reminders to remind us, like, get off the treadmill. There's more to life, to living, to experiencing than what you're currently doing, and that it's
Yeah,
possible. And going through, I feel like what I've gone through and being there with you and part of that journey, I would hope that part of my story will inspire others to know that there's a way through, and it's not
it really
just.
does.
And part of that is taking time to put your own oxygen mask on first. That's the game changer. That's the game changer. That's how we
I,
refill the cup. So here's
I
the
used
question for
that
the day.
phrase the
Hmm?
other day in a conversation. I actually used that phrase. It's like going down in an airplane and I got to worry about everyone else's oxygen mask.
Yep. Yours has to come on first. So
Mm-hmm.
here's the question, and you can't dodge this one. The question is, what are you, Lisa, carrying that isn't even yours?
Guilt that the childhood me should have let go long, long, long time ago.
I hear that. This question is for the collective at home as well. Remember, this is an awareness exercise to bring awareness to your own life. And I agree with you for the guilt. I had, like, you guys heard me for a few weeks. I was sick And it was because I'm going through a process right now of healing. And part of that sickness was a guilt that I was holding on to from my childhood that I recently had to let go. And then literally instantaneously, after 6 weeks of almost vomiting on everybody, not being able to eat or nothing, gone, absolutely gone, and back to health again, which is like, wow. Lori Gianetta says, things are hard sometimes and I want to give up. And then I bounce back big time. And to that, I say life is cyclical. We have cycles where we are waxing, expanding, gaining. And then we have cycles where we are waning, becoming smaller and smaller, maybe depleting, maybe giving too much of ourselves, not allowing enough light in. But we all have these cycles. So it's important to just recognize what part of the cycle that you're in and then be kind to yourself during that part of the cycle. Okay. Especially if you're in the waning part of the cycle. Fantastic. So put your comment in the comment section below to this question. I would love to hear your thoughts. And Lisa, we're going to be jumping into a divine experience now where you yourself get treated with 1 minute session, and everybody at home will also get treated with a beautiful 1 minute session of energy. But first, let's do a self check. Okay, with the self check, where are you at energetically today, Lisa, in this moment, right now? From 1 to 10, and just you totally be honest, 1 being the least amount of energy, 10 being the most amount of energy. Where are you at?
Well, having woken up from a nap about 2 hours ago, because I didn't sleep so well last night, I'm at about 6. I think somebody else made dinner, or it could have been a 5 or a 4, but it's about a 6.
It's about, I like this answer.
I'm honest with you.
I love it. I appreciate it. I'm at around an 8, even though for a few weeks I was like a 5. I was down there. And Lori Gianetta, she is at an 8.5. Thank you for sharing, Lori Gianetta. That's pretty good starting off today. And it's important to notice where we're starting so that we know where we are afterwards. So I invite you all now to just place your hands, palms up, if this is your first time watching, on your lap. Put your phones down. We're going to do 1 minute of energy work. You can set an intention here, which is basically just a goal. Peace, calm, relax, whatever word you want to apply here. I'm going to call in the team and then we're going to begin. Okay, I'm putting 60 seconds on the clock right now. Eyes closed. Taking a beautiful breath in. And let it out. And just fall into yourself. And that just means let the rest of the world, no matter what sounds are in the background, no matter what life is happening around you, just bring all of your focus and your attention to you. And bring it to your stomach. Let's go ahead and just breathe beautiful golden yellow light into the stomach to replenish our well, to refill our cup. We only need this 1 minute, and this moment is the only moment that matters to recenter and rebalance ourselves. Because as long as we're focused into ourselves, the cup refills, putting on our own mask first before sharing it with others. And the next one, just breathe in beautiful, more beautiful golden light and let it expand outside of yourself, surrounding you fully and completely. And it just circulates around and around, bringing you vitality, health, wealth, and willpower. Bring your left and your right hands to touch each other, palms touching one another in front of your heart space. And I bow to you all. Namaste. You can come back and open your eyes. Do not stand right now because you could get lightheaded or be dizzy and fall. So please don't stand right this second. And let us know in the comment section below what you're feeling now, if you saw anything, and what number you are at now. I'll start since we're here. And I feel like I went up to a 9.25, and I feel a lot of spinning around me. I feel a lot of energy coming down my head into my heart. I feel my heart expanding. And I also feel the energy of serenity, kind of like serenity coming into my heart, but also I'm being pressed downward to ground. And I'm having a little pain in my heart. So I know something's moving out. And I've been working on myself a lot lately. So a lot of things are shifting. How about you, Lisa? Where are you at?
I'm relatively new to this. The idea of sitting still is weird to me because I'm not good at it. But it was nice. and it gave me a moment just to stop. And I thought maybe every so often it wouldn't be a bad thing to do. To be honest
Yeah.
with you.
And and the sitting still part, we can meditate without sitting still. We can walk our dogs and just focus on the foot hitting the ground, listening to that.
That's the thing is I might sit, but it's the still that gets me.
The still, right? You don't have to. You can go for a nice
Nope.
nature walk or color, sing or
Mm-hmm.
dance. The idea is you're bringing all the focus from the world, bringing it all back to you and giving it back to you. And I was speaking to someone the other day because I said, it's interesting because when I was at Howl and I had my wellness center teaching 27 events a month, I had to give, 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 give. And this last year and a half of COVID, I was able to give everything that I had learned and was teaching to everyone else and just continuously give my cup and refill my cup. And I feel like the most healing I've done in this whole 8 years that I've been practicing, because that's how long it's been. And it's about 10 since I was diagnosed because it took 5 years just to get a
Oh, I know that
diagnosis.
feeling. Oh, I know that feeling.
Right? And I was able to give that to myself, and leaps and bounds I've made through this year by just redirecting that energy back to myself. So
Yeah.
let's see what
While you're
Lori
there.
Giannetta has to say here. She's a 9.7. She felt negative self, just lifted up and left.
That's
Wow.
great.
That is great. I love that.
Yeah.
And it can be just as simple as that, because Lori Giannetta, you've been here so many times already. So you're already used to putting this time in. So the more you do it, I feel a lot of energy for you today too, dear. And the more you give yourself time, the stronger it becomes. It's kind of like a weightlifter. You start off with the small weights, and then you can just one day just be like, "Rah," and push it all
Works
up.
with muscles.
Absolutely. So, Miss Lisa, now you have a supernatural story time you're going to be sharing with all of us.
You may say I do. Okay.
Don't undermine your story. You don't have to worry about how anyone's going to receive it. Just say it from your heart and say what happened and let the rest flow. And I'm going to give you the floor. Okay. So here we are without further ado.
All right. Well, one day all right. Many years ago, I lost someone I really love in a car accident. It's still not a really comfortable thing. And it put a real fear of the highway in me. Because right after that, a couple of years later, I ended up pregnant. And my responsibility just totally increased to keep me and that baby alive. So over the years, I got better with it. I moved to North Carolina, and in time, I could handle the road. I was going to Philly once. It was about maybe, according to my hotel thingies, about 2 years ago, this period in time, summertime. And my husband loves to tinker with the car. I have a 2016 Nissan. Right, but we're not talking miles and miles a gallon. Somehow he managed to do something to get it up to about 50 one day. He was excited. The back of an 18-wheeler. We're doing an okay job. There's not a lot of traffic on the road, which North Carolina to Philadelphia, it's great till you get to Virginia, and then after that, it's normal traffic that you're used to up and around Philly. And I don't know. I know a lot of tractor trailer drivers own their rigs. I've been told that. I know that they're trained. I know they know what they're doing. Something felt wrong. Sitting in the car, my husband's doing that coasting thing. And we were hitting a good 50, 55 miles an hour. Wonderful. And I'm looking, I'm like, something's wrong here. And I told him, I said, you know what? Move the car. He says, no, I'm finally getting what I was looking for. I'm like, and I know he wanted it. He wanted it so bad. It proved what he was doing was working. But I was running into a brick wall, and I felt time ticking down. I could feel it in my head. I told him to move the car. I said, either there's something wrong with that truck, or that man doesn't know what he's doing right now. And he didn't want to move it. I bought the car. I bought my car before I bought him, before we were married. So I said to him, I don't do this, but I'm pulling paper rank. Move my car now. We moved from this lane to this lane. Car in back of us came up just in time for that tractor trailer to blow its tire and hit its brakes, causing the front to jack out, and he didn't lose the bag. But if we had been keeping clip the way we were in that air bubble coming from his truck where we were, we would have been part of the truck. The person behind us who had to jump into the spot, because you know how people are, they were the recipients of all the rubber. No one got hurt, thank God. I think, if anything, my sense of don't not listen to that little nudge when you get it was the only thing that really got hurt, because I knew at that point I wasn't about to start ignoring or poo-pooing away anymore. Those things that just kind of, I knew the time was running out is all I could say. And my next move was I was going to grab that wheel. And one of two things was going to happen then. We would have had an accident, but it would have gone into the midsection. I don't like pulling the ownership rank. I didn't feel any other choice. And after that happened, he looked at me and he's like, I don't know what happened there, but oh my God. And it wasn't the first time something like that had happened. It was just one of the first times I opened my mouth before him. And since then, it's become a series of, mark my words, I'm going to tell you this now, so when it happens, it doesn't sound like I'm making it up. It's become really, really weird. And that has all been since I had a medical anomaly issue that set me into a coma in 2017. I was in a medical coma.
How long were you in a coma?
I wrote you briefly about that. In 2017, I had something happen and I had a traumatic brain injury. And they had me out for a couple of days. And it seems like ever since I came out, I've been running on a different frequency. There's been, and of course you saw whatever, yeah, that's that. Well, no, not that day. I could hear the clock ticking. I knew nothing good was going to come if we didn't move. And lately, and as not as boom as that, but like I said, lately, I've gone through that whole thing with the doctors again. I'm sick and tired of this. And if it wasn't for somebody else having my genetics, knowing that maybe one day she'll have a baby, and I can save them 30 extra years of looking. That's why I'm doing the stuff I'm doing now. That's what I meant by for someone
Ancestry.
else. My driving force. I kind of was at, again, the bottom of a rope. I was hanging on by a thread about 2 weeks ago. And it wasn't giving up, but I wasn't sure what to do. Somebody hits me up on, hi Kitty, my internet. And ends up it's my second cousin on my daddy's side. My father's dead now, and he died thinking there was no blood left alive. He has an uncle alive. I saw a photograph of my dad's mom. He never saw what she looked like. And it got me thinking that if I wasn't here, if I gave up, my sister's here, but she's in a different place, the person not me, and at least somebody who's related to my dad knows him. Even back, we're related to a dude who came over on the Mayflower. She got the paperwork. A guy who fell off the Mayflower, nonetheless. He's a klutz like me, so that explains a lot. I am historically clumsy, is my answer. He hung on, apparently. John Howl, apparently, is the name. And I remember being taught about him in Catholic school. Whenever you're at the end of your rope and you feel nothing is there and your life means nothing, think about this guy who fell off the boat on its way over. If he let go, 2 million people would not exist.
Wow. Powerful.
I'm one of them. My kid's one of them. And it just kind of made me think, well, wait a minute. All right, as stupid as it might be, he probably got tangled in the ropes, let's be honest about it. I don't think he hung on in the North Atlantic in the middle of a storm. I'm going to blow that one out the water. But he made it. And that made me think, too, about this whole divine intervention thing. I wasn't even looking for it.
And we're never looking for it. But there's something inside of us that surrenders to that which is greater than ourselves. And the fact that we have purpose before arriving, even when we feel purposeless, when we feel like
Yeah.
we're just here to create, I don't know, create seed and then just keep moving on, when it's more
Yeah.
about the quality of your life, because the quality
Yeah.
of your life expresses itself and
And you
reverberates
never
into
know
the quality of
where
others' life and essentially the world.
and you never know where your life's going to go. You never know who it's going to touch and what those ramifications are going to be. I mean,
Exactly.
I knew that on the level, but now that I'm seeing more and more, and I'm getting the gift my own father was removed from, it's kind of changing it. It's kind
Hmm.
of bringing me. It feels back in tune with when he lost what he lost. It seems like I'm able to reconnect with that. He's he's here. He's in my living room. We're keeping the cremators here, but he's kind of, I guess, hearing the story now in a bigger way, and I guess in a bigger way, he already knows it. But yeah, it's a magical type of feeling. You know that I can trace it back now to where he came from, where I came from, and that one person made a difference. Or his,
Ancestral energy is super powerful
here,
because this is what you're inheriting. You're inheriting these thoughts and you're inheriting these virtues, and you're also inheriting the dysfunctional aspects of the
and the
ancestor.
fears and the talents
Everything.
and the. I always had this thing about. I always said to people, I know I had to die on a shipwreck. Had to have been a rat on the Titanic. I'm sure of it. Close. He went overboard. I mean, somewhere in my DNA that's buried. It's funny. So I spent a lot of time reflecting on all of that and kind of laughing over the last week and thinking about one woman also didn't have the hope and the faith that if she reached out, somebody else would reconnect. I wouldn't have known anything, but someone else took a chance too.
Yeah,
There's a lot
sure.
of chances to take, and it's a really, really cool thing.
It
How
sounds
this kind
similar
of
to what's been going on my end as I've been traveling the
really,
last few weeks, and we went
I've
to
seen
West
that.
Virginia. That was to meet the second cousins, and then the week
I
before
caught that.
Ohio for the second cousins as well, and the first cousins as well.
Yep.
But my question to you is: so you were going? Let's go back to the car wreck.
Uh-huh.
So at this point, what do you feel like you are feeling inside of yourself? Because what you're receiving is hits of intuition. This is your
Oh,
angels and your guides telling you, move, move, move. So
we
what
were
was
going to be in a
happening
car
inside
crash.
you?
My pulse was raised. I was beginning to have tunnel vision. There was nothing I could focus on but getting him to move. Literally, everything was going like this. It was getting to the point where I had one thing left to do, and that was grab my wheel and do that from the side of the road to get him to the. We were here, up here, our 95 is two lanes. It's great. We were here, well, here for y'all, and then we wanted to go the other way. So I was going to take the wheel and make him go that way into the middle ditch. It's big
Mm.
and it's green. We wouldn't have been hurt. The other side was trees. That could have hurt. And, kind of already being on edge with the roads around here because of what happened in my past with my cousin, I'm maybe a little hyper vigilant on the highway. Granted,
Mm.
I will hand that over. That is true. But no, I just knew. It was like, move the car. You're running out of time. As clear as day.
And my question was, because we unpacked a lot in a very short period of time, actually. Your coma, like we just threw that on there, kind of just like talked about it for a second,
And then
and
it's
then
like
and
baseball
just
that
moved
way.
on, like it was like casual talk. Oh, that time I was in a coma. Do you
I spent a
remember?
little time.
Do you remember like having anything happen during, like, hear people or like dreams or like waking up the most
No.
refreshed from the best sleep ever? Like,
Yeah, that, yes, yes. I have chronic insomnia. I have a cyst in the center of my brain in the pineal, people pronounce it different, pineal gland.
I
So
kneel.
I have not slept really since I've been 8 years old, unmedicated. Well, I remember waking up thinking that was the best sleep ever. Can I do it again? And I knew it really wasn't a healthy way of thinking. I blamed it on the fact I just woke out of a medically induced coma from brain injury. So
Yeah.
got
And
there's humor in everything.
it's interesting because you were there for how many days, you said?
Altogether about a weekish or so. Early
Wow.
February, I was home by the 14th. I was in, then I'll give it a week. I was out. I was in a coma.
It's interesting because it's like, so I've had a near death experience. I've never been in a coma, but I've had a near death experience. And I've heard so many stories of people with their near death experiences. And then you're saying that you went into your coma and then you came back with the gift. You received a reset, like a download, an
That
opening.
is the best way to put it. Nothing has been the same with me since. Nothing. I'm more sarcastic. I'm putting together a comedy skit, to be honest with you. Probably going to call it Disgruntled Housewives. Not so much a bust on my husband, but come on, we do a lot of things in this house that are just so humorous. And picking on him is great because he lets me. It's kind of a give and take. Gives me lots to work with. And he even has said that since I've woken up, it's almost like a brand new person. Sometimes, of course, she's a little off the handle. But yeah, a reset. It's almost as if the best rest of my life happened, and maybe even somebody better came back.
Wow, that's powerful, and it definitely sounds like it. I can't even imagine. Like, I do something called incubation, and this is a type of meditation where you stop hearing, you stop seeing, you stop sensing the world around you, and you're in darkness, complete darkness.
I would love that.
It sounds like you did that for a week. I mean, not on your own volition, but it sounds like your soul expressed itself so deeply in that way.
There are so many times I have said that if I could just be in a room alone with me and my cat, they pop in every so often, I'd be fine. But yeah, I really do. Seriously, there's a gift in solitude. I mean, you can't let yourself be there. Sometimes you need to stop and breathe. It's okay to go down and settle, I guess, and sit. But you got to eventually get back up. It was getting back up and trying to figure out, is this part of brain injury? Is this the reason things feel different? I was handwriting backward. Everything changed.
Wow.
I mean, I handwrite backward fluently. I woke up one morning I knew it could happen. So I sat down with a pen and paper and I shocked myself. I was like, okay, I know this is supposed to be bad stuff, but if I fine-tuned into angel radio and I could handwrite backward, okay.
Some people get instant ability of speaking other languages. Some people get savant piano playing. You got writing backwards. But that's handy. That's handy. What if the other side of the paper, something's wet or something?
I made a piece of paper feel important because I did it the way it would like to have been treated. It got the other side first.
You're an inspiration to left-handed people everywhere.
Right-handed though.
I know, but you're writing backwards. So like, the opposite end.
It was fun.
Thank you, Lisa. I have appreciated hearing your story time. We're going to go to a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining me, your hostess, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo, and you're watching Divine Encounters. Today we have Lisa on. She's telling us all about her supernatural story time, remembering that this show goes on by the grace of you all. So please, if you have a supernatural story time that you want to share or know someone who's had a supernatural story, and they want to share their story here, please email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com. Let's bring Lisa back up. Welcome back, Lisa. And we're so grateful to have had you today. Is there anything that you want to share in regards of, I didn't know if I asked you earlier. I know I didn't. Anything you need to plug or that you have that you want to share with the public as far as Facebook groups or anything like that?
I really don't have much of that going on. Not really, no.
All right. No problem. I wanted to ask.
Laid back. Thank you, though.
You are so welcome. So, with that being
You
said,
know what?
yes.
In New Jersey, in Delaware, my sister does cleaning. She's a house cleaner.
Holler
So
at your
anyone
sister.
needs
Go ahead.
assistance, Joan McMullen, wherever you are, I'll find you. Anyone want any information? I can help you find her.
Okay.
I don't have her info. I can get it to you.
You need a cleaning lady in Jersey? Message Lisa. Okay, we're going to jump into the Apollo games here. So this is about building your intuition with us. And there's a few of you guys watching today. So make sure that you're commenting someone's name at the bottom of the screen or share this one time. I'm going to just pull a card, it seems like, for each of you because there's not many of you on tonight. And my winner messaged me back that she's in Puerto Rico. So we have no winner today, technically. So let's build our intuition together. It's so very important to build this because it allows us to make decisions in the practical world from a seat of our power, a seat of our knowing, and our seat of our spirit. So let's get into the Apollo games. Okay, Lisa, this is where we make you very uncomfortable today.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a question. And basically, my dear, it's tea time. So the question is,
which tea will I choose? Relax. Lemon ginger, chai, or peppermint? Put your comments in the comment section below now. If you got it right, let me know why you think you got it right. And if you got it wrong, why do you think you got it wrong?
Okay, it's relax, chai, lemon ginger, and peppermint. Put your comment in the comment section below now. All right, Lisa, what do you think the answer is? And if you win, let me give you some incentive to really dig deep.
Ooh,
You're going to get a
okay.
social distancing high five.
I'm so good at that stuff. All right. I'm thinking chai.
So is Lori Gianetta. Lori Gianetta's also thinking chai.
Feeling chai, yeah.
Feeling the chai? Okay.
Feeling the chai.
Feeling the chai. All right, let's see what the answer is today. And if you're watching this, make sure you put hashtag replay. Smash that heart that you played.
Which tea will I choose? Relax. Lemon ginger, chai, or peppermint? Put your comments in the comment section below now. If you got it right, let me know why you think you got it right. And if you got it wrong, why do you think you got it wrong? Make sure to smash that heart if you played. Okay, reveal time. Did you say relax?
Okay, so the tea of the day was relax.
Can't win them all.
But you know what? These are made hard on purpose. You have 4 multiple choices and not 2. You know, that makes it so much easier.
Exactly. 50-50 is easy.
Right. Instead of the 50-50. It's meant to stretch you. And there are no losers in Divine Encounters. This is practice. Just come back Sunday night and continue to fine tune with us so that you can apply this in the real world and become a superstar like Lori Gianetta's becoming, I see here, coming on every week and becoming a superstar in her own life, creating her own divine experiences. Lori, you didn't get it right today, but that's all right. She had chai. That's okay. And she thought that's what it was first. But maybe next time. Maybe next time. All right. Okay, so we're going to jump into the midweek collective energy check-in here. Miss Lisa, I'm going to put you in the green room. Roseanne, can you please bring that water? Oh, she has coconut water. Oh, you're in good hands there. All right, so we're going to go ahead now and do the midweek collective energy check-in while Lisa's back there getting her foot rubbed and some coconut water.
There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me.
All right, this is a message for whenever you hear this, this message is for you. We're going to have a 3-card spread. It's going to involve the foot of the mountain, and the mountain summit. The foot of the mountain are the strengths or the virtues or the things that you're taking on your journey, the things that you know you have within you. The mountain itself are the challenges, what's going to be presented to you as you climb. And the summit is the beauty that lies you when you get to the top and done all the hard work. All right, so let's see what we have here. For the first card, we are going to have, oh, I love this. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. I like this because this is saying that confidence in yourself, this is the sun card. It's like, I feel like I want to say believe in the impossible. Believe that you can outreach your arm and that somebody will reach down and grab you and pull you up. Even though the footing of the mountain may not always be firm, it may be crumbling. You might put your foot on there and the rocks start to fall underneath you, and uncertainty and unsureness. And all your focus is on is that hand that's reaching down to you. That is the hand of divinity reaching down to pull you up. And if you maintain your focus, you won't let the fear of the fall convince you that you're not strong enough to reach up and succeed, because you are. You're the sun. You are the ever-giving life in this moment, and the sun is illuminating the shadows within your world so that clarity and action can be taken on your own behalf. So let's see what the middle card is here. Hi, May. Thanks for sharing, and thank you for being here. Okay, so here, patience. Patience is a virtue, is it not? It is. I've been through it. I've been through enough. I don't know how else to stop going through this. But some of our lessons in this life is not about just getting over something. Some of the lessons in our life is about being able to endure something, because within that endurance, there is grace. Within that endurance, just like Lisa's coma, there could be a possibility for a newness, a new opportunity, but we don't know how fast that's going to come to us. So we just have to be diligent on that hand, which is the next step. Okay. Reaching to that next step. We're not focusing at the 1,000-foot climb that's still left, but the very next step. So if we stay mindful of each step and take each step in grace, patience, you don't get impatient because you're not focused on what's happening next. You're focused on the here and the now and how you can make the best of the here and the now. Okay. So let's go ahead now into the summit. Bring love into the situation. Oh, is the camera not picking up the cards? Okay, there it goes. Bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So I feel like I want to say to this is love comes in strange forms sometimes. And, we have love languages, right? So everybody experiences giving and receiving love in different facets. We communicate love in different ways. And I feel like bringing love into this situation is giving yourself kindness and giving you back that love. All right. So I feel like this is all about filling up your own well with love so that you can be successful in what you need to do, but knowing that it comes from and originates from and is being given from love to be love, because you are love incarnate. Okay. And what do we have for here is your animal this week. And the animal is Kingfisher. Be patient and focused. This whole reading today is about really being mindful. If you want to learn to practice mindfulness and you're just not 100% on that, I love to teach people how to practice mindfulness when they're eating, because we like to do the hunch over the plate and just kind of like scarf in. This is like, I was in the military for a very long time, y'all. And then we would just, no time to taste. There was literally a slogan in the army that was eat now, taste later. So it was just like eat as fast as you can. And so I've learned that if you are focused on that that one bite that's in your mouth, you become fuller faster. And that's because your body and your mind is all in the same boat, appreciating the food and the nourishment that's coming in. When we focus on something else, it's kind of like we even lose sight, and it takes your stomach so long to digest and recognize that it's full. But allow yourself to be patient by focusing on just what's next, not what's 100 yards away or 1,000 feet up, but the very next step. And if you allow yourself to be the very best you only for the very next step, you'll do that every step of the way. Here is a message from heaven for the collective. If you so need one, a message from heaven. Let's see here. My mind is free. So I feel like I want to talk about mental health issues about this. My mind is free. It's 3 cards fell out for you. I always give you a kiss goodnight, and you are never alone. Okay. And I want to say this could be for a specific person or for the general pub. I don't know. This feels like it's for somebody specific. I want to say this person who has crossed over, for whoever this message is, maybe they were depressed. Maybe they were addicted. Maybe they were schizophrenic. Maybe there's something here that in the physical world kept them back, but they're free now. Even if that was just like self-loathing, whatever it was, it is gone. This person has passed this. They come and kiss you goodnight. So be mindful. You might feel tickles on your face or your head at night. And they let you know that if you are sad, that you are not alone, that they are with you. So that is what I have for that. And then we're going to close with the angel blessing. I hope that this message from heaven serves somebody. Let me know if it served you. And then your blessings for the rest of the week. Peace. I love it. We're talking about these things today. And friendship. Oh, I love that too. So make sure you're claiming the angel blessings in the comment section below, because the angels want to serve you, but they respect your free will. All right. Lori Gianetta, she is claiming that. Go ahead, Lori Gianetta. And May, I love this. Love, light, and power. Absolutely. Okay, let's bring Lisa back on. Any thoughts on this message today, Lisa?
Yeah. Well, part of what I was looking about was my grandmother on the ancestry side. We may have a reason why she had schizophrenia, as you just mentioned, schizophrenia. Been trying to figure out what happened to her mental health-wise, because she just disappeared. So that's our new thing, is trying to find out. It's been bothering us now in my family, trying to figure out, where did she go? Obviously, she's not here anymore. But now we want to find it. We want to find out what made her not be right. And this actually lined directly up with another train of thought I've had lately.
So then maybe this message was for you to let you know she's okay. And
maybe.
and she didn't cross with that.
Maybe.
Maybe. We talked about synchronicities earlier today, girl.
Yes,
you know I don't believe in coincidences now.
No. I'm not a coincidencer myself. So yeah, probably.
Okay, fantastic. I'm glad that this served you too. And I love your thoughts on this. It's interesting because in the Native American traditions, schizophrenia doesn't even exist. It is the state of the dark night of the soul. Is like a spontaneous awakening. And if you guys have heard my story before, you know that I grew up with a schizophrenic mother. And then, so there was like no relationship, because she had no clue what was happening ever at all. And when I opened Howl, I learned the tools and the techniques. And my mom, I can say, thanks to the grace of universe, that she applied them so diligently, so focused, so sincerely, that since last December, she has been off of her meds, completely 100% free, no incidents, no accidents, after like 30 plus years of being on these medicines controlling her.
Very good.
And that was through learning how to be in her power once again. Yeah.
Very good. That is very good. It's great when it can happen. That is amazing.
Right. And it's and I know that's not the experience for everybody. But it was like,
if you're that blessed and you can tune yourself in, and instead of being a curse, it's a gift. And for the natural part of who you are, accept it as such. Not everything needs medicating.
No, I agree. Everything. And I felt like in my own suffering, I just wanted her healing so badly that I searched for it when she couldn't. And God bless me to get the tools to be able to give it to as many other people as I can.
Doing it for a bigger purpose. Exactly.
Hi, Allison. Make sure you're sharing or commenting one person's name here, and I will pull a card for you. All right. I know May shared because she already said shared. So I'm going to pull a card for you, May. And then we're going to do this real quick. For May, please, my beautiful soul sister over there. May, for you, ma'am. You are no longer a ma'am now because you are an emperor. That's okay. You're sitting in your seat of your power. You're becoming organized, logical. There's structure and discipline and leadership. Ma'am, you are a leader. And I need you to know that you're a leader. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by this leadership, you can call on the angel Michael to assist you, to elevate you, and align you with your purpose. Okay. And Lori Janetta, I know you shared because this little thing comes up here. All right, Lori Janetta, let's see what we have for you, my heart. Ma'am, you have, I know the word ma'am. That's an army word. I'm not calling anybody old, okay? It's just a word. I don't know. I just had to say that. Lori Janetta, Archangel Azrael, who's the angel of death, which I love him and work with him for like so much. He's releasing something from you. That means he's taking baggage that you brought that you don't need no more, girlfriend. The end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation, and time to move on. So you are leaving something old and a new you is coming in and bringing new light and illumination for you. And then I saw here, Miss Allison, let's bring this on real quick. You have time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. And to Allison, I want to say, don't be a people pleaser, and don't overcommit. All right. Do what you know you can. And it's okay to rest. I need you to know it's okay to rest. Don't burn yourself out on all ends because you can't serve nobody, not even yourself, when you're burnt out all the way around. Mm-hmm. So you are so welcome. Lisa, you want me to pull a card for you? You're here.
Sure.
All right, let's do it. What we got? The moon. Archangel Haniel. Important psychic insights. Events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. Oh, wow. Very powerful. You got a lot of stuff to mull over today, ma'am.
Yes, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, that's great. And thank you all so much for being here. I love being here. I'm still looking for people to pre-record because I'm leaving for half of the month next month. So I had to tape extra shows. So if you know anyone, please send them my way for any kind of supernatural story time that you or your friends have. I would love to have you and bring you as a guest on my show. I hope that today serves some purpose to enlighten you, to uplift you, to serve your spirit, to feed your soul, to serve your body. Even if it was just you stopped doing work to come watch, you served yourself in some way because you're bringing in content that you're feeding into your body that you then release. Okay, when we want to expand, it's good to have content inside of us that we're consuming because we will also radiate that content that we're consuming. So thank you all. I hope that you all can create divine experiences. Go forward and do that. Discover them in your own life. Surrender and allow yourself to not just witness them, but write about them and share them. Because in the sharing is when we integrate the experience. And for me, above all else, man, I feel like I learned so much today. And life is just short. Expand. Let yourself touch, feel, desire everything because you're worth it and more. Go forward and create divine experiences. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao.
Divine.